Precisely. Two best buds. Precisely. Drinking beer and talking about stuff. Precisely. Bo and Tony. Precisely. Playing and reviewing games. Precisely.
How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about enjoying beers and talking about video games. I'm your host, Bo, and with me, as always,
It's Big Tony, and we're glad to have Kelly back with us today.
Howdy, howdy.
how's it going, Kelly?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So, you've been on the move lately?
Literally, yes.
Yeah? Tell us about it.
Well, we bought a house at the beginning of the month.
Woo!
And we just technically sold our old house last week. So
Which is amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of back and forths with boxes, and now everything is in one place, but it just needs unpacked, which is getting to be tiring.
Yeah, so I've seen on your Instagram and just talking to you and all that you've been designing a game room.
Yes.
So how's that feel? Like what are the things that you need that you don't have? What are the things that you want that you don't have? What are the things that you have too much of, possibly?
Well, the first thing is that I came from a townhouse where it was a living room, and then I just had all my game stuff in the living room. So it was like a really confined space. And then I also had to make it presentable in a way that it wasn't like, here's all this video game shit and nothing else can exist here.
Yeah.
So now I have a room to myself to keep it all in, so it's contained. So I'm doing a really good job of making sure all that stuff stays in that one room. So I have a lot more collectibles than I thought, which is the biggest thing right now for me to go through. I have all this little stuff that I think is great, but I had like nowhere to put it, so I just put it in boxes in my basement. And now I'm getting unpacked and I'm like, wow, there's a lot here and I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
But I think eventually a remedy for that is I kind of want to do a top shelf around the top of the room and put like little knickknacks and boxes and things like that up there that you don't touch a lot.
Yeah.
So like if I go to my game shelf, I don't have to move like 6 figures to get one game out. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Absolutely.
So I want to put them on display, but in out of a way kind of situation. So that's like one thing that I'm like considering mostly. I just was building a shelf today. I had 3 shelves. I needed one more because I had space for one more, and I like screwed it up.
How so?
It just wasn't even. Like the back plate of it, I don't know what you call it, like that cardboardy.
Yeah.
It wasn't lined up right, and I was really pissed because I took like 5 minutes to make sure everything was lined up before hammering the nails in, and it still wasn't in line. And I was so mad, and I like ripped my finger down because I was like using the screwdriver, and I don't think it was the right size, and it just like ripped on the grip of it, and it was just a mess. But that'll be done. I had gotten a CRT for my retro consoles, which was something I wanted to do at the old house, but
So
didn't have the space.
You never had a CRT like at your old place?
No, we didn't have the space. I just
Okay.
had like a large flat screen, which is now just in that room. But I put my modern consoles on that, and then I have a 32-inch Trinitron that I'm putting all my retro consoles
That's
on.
nice.
That. Yeah.
That's very cool to be able to separate it like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm doing like little cube shelves underneath of it.
Cool.
So each console will have its own cube, and then I'll put some LEDs in there eventually. Make
So
it
how
light up.
many consoles or cubes?
I have currently 12 cubes right now, and I haven't unpacked all the consoles yet, but I think I can make that work.
That's just for the CRT?
No, that's for both.
Okay, so
I
they're
have
like,
2 6 cubes
so
next to
they're
each
like
other.
right next to each other then. Oh, okay.
And then the TVs are on top.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I also have a closet in that room, which is really nice because I can put my controllers and stuff in there. And things like that, like accessories, so they're out of the way.
Yeah. That's something I was thinking about, like upgrading this janky wooden table that I got as a hand-me-down. into like maybe more like a lounge, like cushiony pillow that you can like put your feet upon, you know, because I always put my feet on top of this table when no one's here and I'm just like watching TV or playing video games, but something more cushiony, but then also lifts up and it's like a storage area that then
Yeah,
you can like
storage
put your
ottomans.
controllers in. But then I'm like, what about, you know, like my beer? You know, where am I going to put my beer?
So we had one in our old place because it was in our living room. It was a smaller little, I think it's probably maybe half, maybe 3/4 of the size of this table that you have here.
Okay.
And it was black, like leather. I'll put that in quotes because it probably wasn't pleathery. And you had two sections, like two long sections. It was split into, and they had two different like storage slots in them.
Okay.
And then you could flip the top part up, and it was a cushion on the top, or you could flip it over and it turned into like a tray.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
So you could do one
Yeah.
side was a cushion and one side was a tray, or vice versa, or you could pick the tray up and put it on your lap. So that was really versatile, and we had that in our living room, and it's now in our living room now there in the new house. But I'm looking for something similar, but I'm just going to get a coffee table and put storage underneath
Underneath,
it somehow, because that's one thing I need, and also a couch because I have nothing to sit on in there right now.
I was like really big into coffee tables for a long time. Like just like
Yeah.
2 years ago. Yeah, like when I like was about to move and buy a house, so I had all this money saved up, and I'm like looking at all these fancy coffee tables, dude. And I'm like, you know, I got money to spend, blah blah blah. But like some of the tables I was looking at were like $2,500, you know.
Holy shit. That's an expensive table.
Yeah.
Those fancy tables.
Well, I just heard you bought a bike for that much, so it's
Yeah, but that's different.
yeah. I guess it's more functional, maybe less functional. I don't know.
Definitely more functional.
more
I don't
Functional.
know. A coffee table though.
Yeah,
compared
you
to
could
a
use
bike?
it as a sled. You could stand on it. You can put
No,
stuff on
I'm
it.
saying
it
how
has
much
more
do
function.
you use a coffee table compared to a bicycle?
Oh, yeah, you probably use a coffee table more.
Yeah.
Well, it depends who you are.
But so like these
That's
coffee
true.
these coffee tables like either had like some ergonomic design that's
Ergonomic?
yeah
Or origami.
Origami designs?
or both of them combined together. to
Origami?
Origami.
Origami
Yeah.
designs. It folds up into a swan,
Yes,
but
it
then it's
does.
also really comfortable.
Yeah. So it was either that or it was like this like beautiful wood with like turquoise like inlay into it with like a glass like shell on the top of it. Like I was all about coffee tables for the longest time, and luckily and unfortunately I did not buy any of them.
So where's your coffee table collection room?
I don't have one, obviously. I have this shitty table that someone gave to me, but it's perfect for podcasting,
Hey,
you know, and putting beer on without actual like things under the beer. Like I don't
Coasters?
care about this table. Yeah, coasters. Yeah, sorry.
I'll help you out today. It's all right. I'll be your words.
Hey, thanks. So yeah, I'm looking to upgrade my coffee table as well.
Well, I'll let you know what I find
Yeah,
because I'm on the hunt. And IKEA, it's coming.
is it?
Yeah, soon. I got to make a trip because I can't just sit in my desk chair or on the floor and play games.
Where's the
Too old
closest
for that.
IKEA?
I think it's in like Philly or Baltimore.
Philly or Baltimore, yeah.
Okay.
But they're opening up a home goods store in Colonial Park.
Oh.
Or
What's
it's
Home
one of
Goods?
those. It's not home goods, but it's some, like Fine Living or something. Anyway,
Wow.
What's that?
people don't need to know that.
This
Yeah,
is
what
now
is
a,
it? What
a
is it? I
home
need to
It's
furniture
like
podcast.
it's like home goods,
It's
like
Home
living
Goods.
good or something. Home living. I don't know.
Is that like IKEA?
It's like
Well, nothing's like
furniture
IKEA.
and
Really.
home stores.
Okay.
So
Like
like they sell.
expensive or affordable?
It's like home goods.
It's probably affordable.
I don't know what home
We've been
goods
there
is.
before. I went there with you.
Oh, all right.
Like you get carpets and like coffee tables.
It's affordable. You know, it's not
Okay.
too high end. I don't think.
Right on.
IKEA's like real modern though, and then they do a lot of stuff like multifunctional.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't pronounce any of the names.
Okay. So, like, where are you with your game room?
I say this weekend I'm trying to get the consoles in and hooked up. I'm waiting on a couple things from Amazon. But after that, I should be like functional, aside from the couch coffee table situation. But it'll be ready to go probably by this weekend, I hope.
Nice. I'm ready to game in your game room.
Yeah, I'll have to have you over once I have some seating, or you'll have to bring your own seating.
I'm down to bring my own seating. I got a bunch of outdoor seating I could bring over.
Excellent.
Sweet. So let's talk about beer, since we do enjoy beer here at Precisely. What are we drinking on, Tone?
We're drinking on Long Trail Hopper IPA. And they are out of Vermont.
What do you think about it?
I'm about to take my first sip right now. It smells good. They're a little piney.
I've been drinking on this. Last week I was drinking on this, and I really enjoyed it. I brought this kayaking and highly enjoyed it just because of the low ABV. It's only at 4.5%. So it's a very smooth IPA.
Yeah, it's light. It's a little tangy. I think like kind of citrusy, berry.
It almost tastes like a pale ale,
Yeah.
not an IPA.
Like, to me, this would be a session IPA. Like, just something you can pound right down.
Yeah, this is an easy drink. I could see that being like good if you're outside doing stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing that they promote is, it's called Trail Hopper IPA. And on the can itself, there's like a bunch of hops and this guy hiking, and it says, pack it in, pack it out. And that's one thing that I saw out in the West Coast when I lived out there. All the beers out there were in cans, and they were like, pack it in, pack it out. Don't make Mother Earth bad with
Yeah,
trash.
what do they say? Take only pictures, leave only footsteps, or something. What's the saying?
Wow, that looks like it should be on like somebody's painted board inside their kitchen. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. Make sure the fire
They
is
probably
Leave
sell
only-
something like that at
leave only
IKEA or Home
footsteps.
Goods.
Home
Yeah,
Goods,
probably.
not IKEA.
Yeah, not IKEA.
Probably.
But
They,
Home
they
Goods
sell
stuff.
meatballs and Swedish furniture.
But I like this beer. I would love to actually visit Vermont sometime.
I was up there probably like 10 years ago or more for a ski trip one time
Really?
with my family. Yeah, it was nice.
Do you know what Vermont translates to? You
In-
probably
in
do.
what?
French.
No, I don't know French.
Cool people.
Green Mountain.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh-huh. Cause Ver and Mont.
Yep.
Got it.
Vermont.
And it's very green and mountainy. So
And they say Vermont.
I don't think that's a French accent
Vermont.
at all.
Well, let's get into some video game topics and news. You know that I'm like the biggest fan of Earthbound, right?
yes, we know.
And-
You're just
yeah.
a casual.
Okay. Yeah. I love Earthbound. I'm not a super nerd that has like been on like chats and FAQs about it. Like Starman.net has been going on since 20 years ago about Earthbound, which is just like the biggest collective of nerds for Earthbound. But I'm not one of those people, only just because I don't know, I probably should be. But either way, the Mother series, which is Earthbound, is celebrating their 30th anniversary this week, which the Mother game, the original Mother game, only came out in Japan on the Famicom system, which was the Nintendo system for us in America. The Mother game came out July 27th, 1989, so that's tomorrow for 30 years. And Nintendo is celebrating by bringing all these spirits to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So it's all these different collectibles that you can get by beating certain characters in Super Smash Bros. That resemble the Mother games or Earthbound games. And like, to me, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, that's nice that they're like acknowledging it. But
Yeah.
I'm like, what's next? Like, can we either, like, a lot of fans of Earthbound are like, let's localize Mother 3, which is Earthbound 3, which only came out to in Japan for the Game Boy Advance, which we talked about on episode 1 of Precisely, where I spoiled it all, you know. But to me, it's already localized because there's a fan translation with it. It's just Nintendo hasn't made it to everyone. You know, it's like if you know that it's localized by fans, you've played it, you bought it, and you played it through.
I'm assuming you've played it.
Yeah, I spoiled it,
Oh,
the
okay.
end of it,
Yeah.
No, he's just a
in
casual.
episode 1.
remember?
Yeah, just casual, you know. I just take pictures with it. No, I actually sent my mother 3 cartridge after beating it to Nintendo Raccoon.
Oh, okay.
And he beat it, and he was like, dude, this got me in tears. And I was like, yeah, same. Like, it's such a good game, especially for the Game Boy Advance. Kelly, have you ever played it?
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'll get my ass kicked out of the house right now, but I have not played Earthbound.
That's fine. Ever.
Ever. It is, and will always be a game that I want to play on the SNES, but it's just, I mean, the price point is
Yeah.
really obviously, and that's what everybody has a problem with.
You know, I would let you borrow my cartridge.
But yours is like super special
Why?
because it's yours and it's like your favorite game.
Yeah, I'd let you borrow it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
All
just
right.
has to run up quick and grab it from underneath his pillow.
I'm literally looking at it right now in
I'm-
the game room.
it's under
right
it's
there.
under his pillow.
I'm making
Don't
it- I'm
worry.
making it
No,
Yeah,
he's
no, I
lying.
know.
He's lying. No, I have the fan translation, Mother 1 and 2, and I think
Yeah.
3 on the Game Boy Advance. But I did want to play Earthbound itself on the Super Nintendo before like diving into.
And the Mother
Those.
2 fan translation on the Game Boy Advance is only translated to like the first town. And then it goes into full Japanese. So it's like,
Oh,
for some reason, it's not translated all the way. At least the cartridge that I got, and last time I checked, they haven't fully translated that, which is weird.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I know so much about, but have never actually gotten a chance to play it.
I would
or
love
play
for you
through
to
it.
play it because I think you'd become a super fan like me.
I absolutely would. It seems like it would be a great game to play. So it's definitely
I'll let you borrow
one of
it.
them. All right. Let me get my room set up and I'll take you up on it.
Okay. Play on the CRT
Yeah, exactly.
because that's where it needs to be played.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely down for that. So the one thing though about Mother 3 and this whole like Nintendo saying like, hey, we're introducing these spirits into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, there is a logo with all the Mother 3 spirits that you can collect. And in the logo, at the bottom left corner, like in the middle corner, which middle corner doesn't make sense, but either way, there's these sunflowers with clouds. And looking at it, for me, I was like, oh, that's in Mother 3 when Lucas like goes like almost dead and he like talks to his mom in the sunflower patch and things are this and that. But other fans, like hardcore fans, even more hardcore than me, looked at it and they were like, no, these sunflowers are rendered differently. The clouds are rendered differently. Is this going to be a new game that comes out for the Switch that they're like hinting towards?
Either that or Post Malone is confirmed for Smash.
Okay. I like that. I don't know. Even looking at it closer, I'm just like, no, this is from the Game Boy Advance game, but I would be hyped for it. Like, I feel like the Switch would be the best system that Nintendo has come out with since the Game Boy Advance, you know, since the 5 systems that they've had since then or more, to have a Mother 3 game that is almost in the likes of Zelda Link's Awakening, like they're doing for the Switch, the remake of the Game Boy game, where it's like that top-down 3D.
That could absolutely work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that would be a great platform to put I mean, even if they did something as simple as, remaster / re-release
Yeah.
or an Earthbound or any kind of the mothers to that, I think it would do really well in that system. And also just because of the franchise, but I think it would just be a great system to
The
play it
fan
on.
base is so big.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of the most hardcore fan bases out of any franchise that I know of, but it's mainly because it's the one that I do follow the most. But yeah, I'd be super hyped for that. I think they could do it on the Switch, and it'd be great because the Game Boy Advance game seriously was my favorite Game Boy Advance game I've ever played, with a story that got me into tears near the end of it. So yeah, I'd be hyped for that. We'll see where that goes with it. On another subject, though, I was playing Pokemon Go earlier while driving home today.
Oh, don't let them hear you say that.
Why?
You're not supposed
You're
to
not
Pokemon
supposed
Go
to
and
play
drive.
and drive.
Well, I was going under 20 miles per hour, so that's fine.
But
FBI
you're still
that's-
driving.
The FBI agent that's listening to this podcast is gonna come get you.
What's up, Fred? So either way, Pokemon Go released this new thing where certain Pokestops look a little different. They're a little darker. And I saw one while driving, and like I usually go a certain way back home. Like I was real close to my house, and I hit these 3 stops. Like I only play like when I'm like close, and like you have to pretty much be stopped to spin the Pokestops.
Yeah.
But I saw one in the distance that looked different. And I'm like, oh, this is one of these. So they released these Team Rocket Pokestops. So it's the same Pokestop that's always there, but it's darker. And once you spin it, you get your items, and then a Team Rocket member comes up and is like, hey, I'm going to take your items. And it's like, no, you're not. And they're like, you want a battle? And it's like, sure. And I'm like, cool, it's a battle. Like, it's probably going to be super easy. I pull over, I park in a parking spot, and I start battling. They're like, I'm going to use my bird Pokemon. Sure enough, he had no bird Pokemon. He had Golbats, which are bat Pokemon, but
Flying type.
they're flying type. But he said bird Pokemon. I'm like, I'm just going to, like, the recommended thing that it gave me was my 3 highest, like, CP Pokemon. I'm like, cool, I'll use those, whatever. And sure enough, the Pokemon that they had were at like 6,000 plus CP, and my highest ones are 3,000 plus CP. And I'm like, okay, like I'm getting my ass whooped right now from these Pokemon. Almost beat them on the first try. I'm like, this sucks. Like, should I just wait the 5 minutes? And it's like, do you want to replay it? Like, do you want to fight them again? I'm like, yeah, I want a better chance at fighting them. So I choose 3 more. I can't choose the other ones that I used, even though those were the strongest ones that I had, because he already killed those. So I had to revive them, but reviving them, I couldn't play it again. So I went through like 8 Pokemon trying to fight this one Team Rocket guy. Could not beat him for the life of me. But if you do get to beat him, you get a special Pokemon that has like purple flames around him. He's like a shadow Pokemon. So I could have got a Golbat, or the last Pokemon that he had was a Dragonite. Is that the last evolution of Dragonair?
Yes.
Yeah. Dragonite. And I was like, that would have been dope. But my Pokemon weren't powerful enough. And I'm almost level 37. So I was like, holy shit. Like, this is tough.
So do you think... I haven't played Pokemon Go since probably
You
like
should.
after the second year after it came out or something. I probably stopped like after a year and a half. But do you think that that the Team Rocket member is like matched to your level, or is it just like a random one? So like you could go down the street, hit another one, and they're super easy to beat.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be that.
Okay.
That there's different rankings.
Yeah,
I don't think
so-
it's matched to me. I think it's like...
Yeah, like a harder one would be maybe have some better Pokemon to get. Like you
Yeah,
know.
I think the one that I hit was probably top tier. Hard. But I have no idea because it's the only one that I have found in the 2 days that they've released this new patch. But I want to keep finding them. You know, like I want to go to like City Island where there's a bunch of Pokestops and fight as many as I can.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear how that works out. Like,
Yeah.
as far as if it's matched or not. That's
Like
it's
I
interesting
saw
sounding.
one person that I follow, he has as a buddy like a smoky Charmeleon Pokemon. It
Ooh.
looks dope. Like his eyes are all like squinting because he's like possessed by like this ghost thing, and this like ghost aura is around him, like purple smoke. I'm like, that's really cool looking. And supposedly they're more powerful Pokemon too. So maybe you can get up to like 6,000 CP, which would be crazy. But yeah, excited for it. Definitely want to go out and fight more of them. And if you do play Pokemon Go, follow me at Bose_GameRoom and DM me your Pokemon Go friend code. Besides that,
What have you been playing other than Pokemon Go?
just Pokemon Go, man. That's all I play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly?
It's been a short list since I had everything packed up. I basically only left Overwatch and Borderlands out to play on my Xbox. So everything else was packed up for like the last month. So I haven't had much to play except that.
Yeah, but you don't have internet though.
Oh, currently I don't, but I did earlier this weekend at my old house.
Okay.
I did, but yeah. Verizon, if you're listening, fix my house like yesterday.
I've been playing a lot of games, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I played a little bit of Yakuza 0. I got into this one side quest where I'm outside this like shop, and this girl is like talking to this guy, and the guy's like, "You need to punish me. Like, please punish me, Mrs. blah blah blah." And she's like, "Oh, just, don't worry about it. Just come back." He's like, "No. If you want my money, you need to punish me." And so it's like Dominatrix Quest comes up, and I go talk to her, and she's like, "I think I lost my customer." And my character's like, "Well, you're a dominatrix, right?" She's like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Well, you need to start acting like one." She's like, "Can you teach me?" And I'm like, "Sure." She's like, "Meet me at the park." So I meet her at this park, like a kid's park. And she's like, "So what do I say when he asks this?" And it's like a bunch of different things that you have to choose from. And I pretty much chose everything right, but these kids in the park then come up to us. And they're like, "Hey, can we play with you guys? What are you guys doing? Ha ha ha." And she's like, "What do I do? Like, what should we say to these kids?" And I'm like, "Tell me to pay attention to me and only me. That's what a dominatrix would do." So she's like, "Pay attention to me. Only me." And the kids are like, "You guys are weird. We're leaving. You're no fun." And I'm like, this is the strangest game right now that's going on. But yeah, so then she goes back to her like dominatrix shop, and the guy that was there earlier comes in, and I'm like in the corner like spying because he like came in earlier or something. And he's asking questions or like being like, "Oh, how are you?" And she's like, "Shut up." And that's what I told her to say, like, "Shut up, listen to me, don't ask questions." And he's like, "Oh my goodness, oh, you're getting me so sweaty." And eventually like my character pops out, and he's like, and she's like, "Don't look at him, look at me, I'm your woman." And he's like, "Ah," and like doing the like anime sweat things. And it was just like such a funny moment in Yakuza 0. I was just like, this is great. Like this whole video game is just like funny Japanese stuff the whole time. And like really like it embodies like Japanese culture to the max, because like the game is a very serious game and the story mode is very serious, but the side quests are just like these funny Japanese side quest things where like you have no idea what to expect at any given moment. It can be, you dress up as like a mascot with like a big mask on your face and you're dancing around for a bunch of people, and then eventually you have to like fight a bunch of thugs that come in. while wearing the mascot costume, or teach a dominatrix how to be a dominatrix. It's just a ridiculous game. So I played a little bit of that. Been playing Breath of the Wild like crazy. That's been taking up most of my time.
Where you at in that?
On the Wii U. I think I have 9 hearts now. So I'm close to getting the Master Sword.
Are you working on your stamina at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get hearts. But, like, honestly, like, it's taken up so much time, and I don't mind it, just, like, exploring. And, like, doing, like, just random side quests that don't really get you anything, I don't think. Like, for people, like, maybe, like, rubies or something. What? What was that face for?
It's rupees. We
Oh.
already went over this.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you were gonna say it or not.
What did I say? Rubies?
Rubies.
Rubies?
Yeah.
Rupees. You need Pees.
All right. We can't bring this back again.
Yeah, so say it right.
What is it? Rubies?
Rupees.
Rupees
Yeah.
with a P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like RuPaul, and then also the tiny green things that you eat. That's a vegetable. Circular.
A P.
A pea. Ru
Oh.
peas.
Rupees.
There you go.
Rupees.
Ru peas.
All right. Bringing that back to that episode. Were you on that episode?
No.
All right, good. Thank God.
But now I gave you a nice little mnemonic to remember.
Yeah.
By.
Rupees. Rupees.
Much better.
Either way, yeah, just exploring the map. Like, I just got to, like, the ocean area, like that ocean town that's, like, right by the water, if you remember that area.
Which one?
I think there's only one area that's, like, it's, like, a beach area. Beach town.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what
Yeah.
it's
To the
called.
I'm not
to
sure.
the east.
I have no...
The east side of the map?
I have no idea where it's at.
Yeah.
Location-wise. But,
Alright.
yeah, I got there. But, like, one thing that I realized, like, while doing the shrines, that they're just, like, such thought-out puzzles that are so good at puzzles that you can take as much time as you want on them.
Isn't
Yeah.
that the staple of the Zelda franchise, though? Like, they're essentially puzzle games along with the...
they're a great puzzler that's also built into like an adventure.
Yeah.
But these puzzles, I know what you're saying. It's like, I mean, it's also the fact that the game is, pretty fresh off the press still compared to some of the older Zelda games. It's like these puzzles just have like, I don't know, there's something about them that's just
Perfect.
way more. It's way more than any other puzzle has been in any other Zelda game.
And they allow anyone to do it, I feel like. Like, as long as you can think things through, you can figure it out. And
Or look them up on YouTube.
Or that, yeah.
Cheater.
But,
I
like,
had to do that with a couple of them that
But,
were
like,
driving me crazy.
For instance, like, A Link to the Past, like, near the last dungeon or the last dungeon, I had to light these torches in such a short amount of time before they all blew out.
Yeah.
There's not that when it comes to Breath of the Wild that I've come across.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple things that are like you have to do this in a certain way in a certain time period,
Yeah.
but it's not like a staple of each puzzle, or like
Yeah.
how some games have like a puzzle, but it's timed, but there's not a timer ticking, but there is some sort of time limit. A lot of these shrines are just like you could take an hour, you could take 5 minutes, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're still going to be there, and all of the pieces are still going to be there.
Definitely.
And a lot of the puzzles in Breath of the Wild, I feel like you can finish different ways. Like, some of them you can.
Yes. So I would almost say most of them, there's more than one way of doing it.
Yeah.
Or getting the job done,
Like,
essentially.
I'm pretty sure I skipped a whole puzzle by being able to float a certain way around things just to get to, like, the end goal.
But there is also, like, a bonus box in every
Yes.
Yes.
shrine,
Yeah.
so you got to
And
be
I've been
look for
trying
that
to
too.
I've been trying to hit all the bonus chests always, because it's usually either you're lucky and you get like really good armor, or it's a really good weapon that you could use. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, I'm just really enjoying that. I have like 5 horses already. Like,
What'd you name them?
I don't think I
Epona
named
1,
any Tony.
Epona 2, Epona 3.
I think I named one after Capri, Kayla's best friend, and it was just called Pre.
You know what? You could name one Tony Pony.
I could. So I named my horses in Red Dead Redemption 2 Tony, and then Tony 2, and I think I might be up to Tony 3 because Tony 1 and Tony 2 died.
Oh,
Yeah.
Poor
Actually,
guys.
I think I'm at Tony 2, and Tony 2 has like a braided tail and zebra print. Like he's
pretty.
fly. Yeah.
good job, Tony.
Fly for a horse.
Yeah.
For a Tony 2 horse. I beat Owlboy
Nice.
after over like 6 months of not playing it. I went back to it on the Switch. It's a retro looking game that I believe came out for the PS4 as well.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, PS4 and Switch a little bit later, but it's a one-man team that started creating this game when the Wii was still out. And it took him 8 years to create it. And like when he was first created it, he quoted, he was like, "I would love to make a retro-looking game that feels like a new game." And this was out for the Wii before like indie games were a thing, because everything was like made by like big developers at that time, or small developers, but not necessarily like indie developers. Weren't
Yeah.
being made for the Wii or anything.
Well, that didn't really come on the scene here until like the last couple of years. It's
Yeah.
really exploded because all these platforms have given that option and that opening to all
Absolutely.
between mobile games and then the console games. There's just so many options for game development. It's insane, and so many people are doing such a great job out there that,
Yeah.
it's so hard to like keep up with everything, I feel like.
Yeah. So Owlboy, I was literally like right at the end. I had like one more like map area, puzzle area that I had to go through, which like Poison was like being like trapped through all the holes, so you had to like turn off the poison to like get through it real fast, and like I kept dying right away and like getting used to the controls again. The one thing that I hated about Owlboy was that the control layout was so weird. Like L2 was the button that you press to talk to someone, which makes no sense.
You couldn't reconfigure?
I don't know.
You didn't check.
Either way, I didn't do it. I just like went with the original, and it was wonky at first, but finally I went back to it because I saw my wife. I was like, oh, she just finished Dust and I think another game, and I was like, you should play Owlboy. Like, it'd be really fun. And then I was like, you know what? I should finish Owlboy because I'm this close to finishing it. Like, I knew I was like near the end, but I didn't realize how close I was to the end. And I beat the one boss that came up right away, which was pretty hard at first, but it's all like repetition, and I learned that it was real easy just to like quick dash like towards his attacks, which like threw his attacks off the whole way, and I was able to hit him a bunch, and it was fine. And then it was just like text based, like, oh, the world's about to end and blah blah blah, and finished it. And it was like a really beautiful game, really good story, really good soundtrack, great visuals for a retro game, like retro looking game. And like it ran so smoothly, like being able to fly without like having a stamina meter or anything like that, just being able to like fly wherever, open world, but 2D platformer side scroller. Like, great game, highly recommend it to anyone. Have you played it?
No, but I have looked at it multiple times in stores and been like, that's one of those ones I should get eventually.
And it's a cheaper game. I think
Yeah, it's
I
not
got
expensive.
it for like $30 new.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've probably seen it for like $20. It's not
Yeah.
it's not out of my price range. It was more of my time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, honestly, like, I think you can beat it in 10 hours. It might have took me like 15 hours to beat it. So it's not like a big investment game when it comes to time, but a great game, like money-wise to hour-wise.
I still have to dig into my limited run Switch games that I got at
Yeah.
Too Many Games. I haven't even cracked open Shantae or West of Loathing yet.
Oh, West of Loathing. That's a game I should finish too.
Yeah.
Talk about text-based games though. Whew. That is so much reading, but it's so funny humor.
I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I should
Yeah.
probably just start that this weekend.
You should. It's a good game just to like chill out. So
I should just I should make it a point to plug the Switch in and
yeah,
get that going.
absolutely. So you guys hear about the casino that came about in GTA 5 Online,
Yes, I did.
and they put an actual casino that you can run to online in GTA 5, spend real money, spend GTA money, and people are in uproar about it because I guess you can't win any money, like actual money back from it. You can just win in-game currency to buy things, but that's not why they're in uproar about it. They're in uproar about it because,
It's gambling.
yeah,
Yeah, the whole video game community with all of these loot boxes and like so many things that are in games now, like Fortnite. Like these kids are racking up their parents' bills buying these in-game
those
with real
parents
money.
are bad though for like allowing their kids to ever have their credit card.
The kids are
information.
bad too for taking advantage of it.
I agree to both of those. I actually, one of my kids did that this past school year. Ended
Yeah.
up draining his
You mean like
parents' bank
student,
account.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
draining his parents' bank account. And they could not go on their summer vacation this
Really?
year due to that. Yeah, it was.
But he had every Fortnite skin.
He did. Yes, he was so excited. But and that's
He
the-
was so excited. Did he like feel like repent from it or like remorse or like
no,
Not repent.
not repent?
no.
Repents?
That's
No.
that.
No.
Well,
No.
You would want
that repent is a word, but you're using it in the wrong.
you want
Yes, I know.
remorse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remorse. All right.
No, he did not. Also, too young. Like these kids that are playing it are too young to realize that they are actually spending real life money, and they don't get the concept of real life money at the age that they're playing at. So, a lot of parents and a lot of people who are in video game, I don't know, the circle of people who are playing or have their credit card linked to a video game or are in an uproar about these games that are loot box based and you can physically buy the boxes with your own money, but for no other purpose than to get a skin or an emote or a sticker or whatever.
The thing that I don't understand about it is that there's so many like shields and like blocks that you can prevent that
There
happening.
are so many, but people aren't educated enough to know to not connect your credit card or to not do that,
Or
they
to do
think,
like a one-time use or just
Yeah.
load an account with a certain amount of money.
Or I
Exactly.
think the other thing is a lot of people are just blind to it. They're like, my kid's not going to do that. They know better. But then all it takes is that one kid to, sit
Get
there and
hooked.
get a little trigger happy one day. And all of a sudden, then you're out, $50, $100, like, because your kid was just like, ooh, this is this simple.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are upset about that. And then Rockstar's response was like, oh, we're not doing that, but here's a full casino.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
I think that's a pretty funny retort to it.
Do you
Yeah.
actually love it? Because I know you don't gamble.
I don't gamble. No, I think it's a great idea though. Just to be like, fuck it, Like here's
Fuck what?
Like fuck
It-
loot boxes. Like here's a casino. If you guys want to spend your money on fake shit, here it is. Here's the rewards that you can spend your money on that that you're going to get from this fake shit, but you're still going to be gambling this fake money away too that you spend real money on. They're just like blatant, like, here you go. And the crazy thing about it is like there's a bunch of countries that are against gambling. So there's over 50 countries that can't actually gamble, but they can walk into the casino, go up to a table and says, your country does not allow this.
Really?
Or like it says something smart like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So like
interesting.
that's cool. Like, all right, like we're not just gonna block this from your country. We're gonna be like,
We're gonna give it to you, but you can't do
here
it.
you are. And just so you
That
know,
seems like a dick
like
move.
this is your country, so change your country in PlayStation Network, and maybe you can gamble, which supposedly people have been doing too.
Well,
the-
the other thing is, I mean, this isn't the first casino in video games.
No, it's not.
I mean, but this is the first one they're putting real money in. But I remember, sinking a couple hours in that casino in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
was going to say too. Like, I remember there was like this one table that I hit so hard on, not table, but like a slot
The
machine
slot,
that
yeah.
I hit so hard on that I was able to afford a Porygon, which is like the most money that you can get.
I remember
know?
sitting and getting specifically playing so I could get my Porygon.
Yeah, it's like slot machine number 7. If you're like going from left to right, it's like the slowest slot machine or something.
Yeah.
Like I remember reading about later after I got it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, casinos like gambling has always been around, like in life and in video games, like. And especially in Rockstar games like Red Dead Redemption definitely has gambling going on, but you're gambling quarters and pennies,
Well, that
Yeah.
was, a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, they had that riverboat mission. Or whatever.
Oh,
came
yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
riverboat. Yeah.
But then you just like hijack it all and kill everyone on it and steal the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cool thing that I heard about Rockstar with GTA 5 Online is that you can only spend like $1.50 a day, and that gives you 50,000 coins. So in that aspect, it's like, okay, even if you're a compulsive gambler, you're still only spending $1.50 a day, which is less than a coffee. You
All right,
know?
but devil's advocate, now you just said you can change your PlayStation location. Can you change your time so you get to spend, if somebody really wanted to,
Oh, true.
they
I
could
gotta
spend,
believe it doesn't work like that.
I mean,
it can't
I
be that
mean,
easy.
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
yeah,
devil's
possibly.
advocate. I don't know anything about it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I'm sure there's some way that somebody could figure out.
I just feel like you'd have to be like,
It's so out of the way though that
yeah,
it
nutty
would be.
to like want to
Yeah.
gamble.
Yeah, you almost
Your
have to
currency
already
on
be a
fake things.
compulsive gambler to do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I would see is like you have a kid who might be, I don't know, 18 or 20, and then they are gambling on Grand Theft Auto and they get hooked on it, whether they know it or not, and then they turn 21 and go to the actual casino.
Yeah.
It's a gateway
And then
casino
what-
drug.
Yeah. What if it causes an issue?
That'd be interesting to watch.
Have you ever met anyone who's addicted to gambling?
No.
I knew this one lady when I worked at a grocery store that would like literally scratch off tickets all day. I don't even think she actually worked there, but she always wore like a grocery store outfit. But she was literally scratching tickets all
So
day.
she just comes in whatever the grocery store people are wearing for fun?
Like she took a lot of breaks because she smoked cigarettes, but the whole time she was
Scratching them.
tickets.
So that's, I have a similar story to the T. A woman that I worked in a grocery store with would go on a lot of smoke breaks, and every time she was buying tickets,
Does she wear glasses?
I don't remember, this was a long time ago.
I was wondering if it's the same lady. Probably
well,
not though. I mean,
I don't think we worked at the same grocery store.
no.
We could have, though.
But she
I
might-
guarantee you there's a dozen ladies at Lisa that work at grocery stores,
Yeah.
wear glasses, smoke cigarettes, and have bad gambling habits.
Oh, absolutely. But I just remember, like, watching her do it, and, like, she would take so many smoke breaks, and she wasn't buying dollar scratch-offs. And I was like, I know how much I make. Like, how can you afford to buy these $20 tickets every, half hour or something? Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous that she was able to, like, do that. I don't know if she would actually win anything. I hate gambling. I get so sour, like, when I spend $1 and I don't get anything because I'm like, I could have put that dollar elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I'm the worst gambler.
I'm not
Yeah.
against it, but
Yeah, I have nothing against
Every
it.
now
I
and
just
then.
don't do it. I can't bring myself to
I'm
do
glad
it.
I don't do it. There's times where I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to go to a casino, but I'm like, also no. Like, I enjoy the money that I have and knowing the money that I have.
what
So,
if you had $1 million more dollars?
I still wouldn't.
I go to the casino.
Definitely.
You wouldn't enjoy it if you had $1 million more dollars?
If I won $1 million more,
Yeah.
well, I would have to do it then.
Yeah.
And
You'd have to-
I'm just
You
like
have to play to
the
win.
whole act of gambling. I'm just like, it's a waste of money. Like, it's a chance. So I have a better chance of investing that money into something else to make money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I go to the casino once a year, usually with my best friend. She has her like works Christmas party there, and her husband's a police officer, so it's like he's never able to go
Yeah.
usually with his schedule, so she takes me every year instead. And it's like we go and we eat the food, and then we like I bring like $20 and I spend like 5 of it, and I'm like, I should not spend any more.
Disappointed.
I'm like, I haven't won anything, and I've spent $5, and I could have spent that $5 on, you know, like a beer or
Yeah.
Yeah.
lunch or something, you know, like, or coffee. Like, it's like, and now it's just gone. It's just so disappointing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm the worst.
And
It's
and
fun
I mean-
when you win though.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And like I enjoy card games so much, and like I wish like you and I, Tony, like would play them, you know, with a bunch of other friends, and like actually like I would be down to like throw $20 in on Texas Hold'em
Okay.
and get chips and do that. But like I don't want to be at a casino where it's $20 a hand or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
One time I went through $300 and like I'm not even kidding. It was less than a half hour
Oh my God.
Yeah.
playing blackjack,
It's
Yep.
insane.
and that was like the least expensive table that they had. It was like $15 or something a hand.
Yep.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
yeah, that's not what I'm about in any sense. So yeah, I'm fine with Rockstar doing it. I think, you know, dumb people will spend money on dumb shit. Always. You know, that's life.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool idea. I like that, you know, and I saw like some other stuff that you could, you know, like you roll up to the casino in your car. It's like a
can,
whole
like-
thing.
Yeah, you can.
It's
you can,
not
like,
just
buy
being
it.
in the casino.
You can buy like an executive suite. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. There's
all
things
that.
involved with it's not just you going in a door, playing a slot machine or playing a card game and leaving. There's a whole like
rigmarole.
yeah, all around it. So it's cool.
So yeah, Tony, what's your topic that you were talking about that you didn't want to talk about? Good segue, right?
Yeah, you're the best. Share with the class. Or
All right, this is a would you rather.
oh, okay, I
Okay.
love these.
Earthbound.
Well, you're really gonna like this one. All right, would you rather know how you're going to die, or when you're going to die? Tricky, huh?
I'd probably say how.
I would say one.
I think either way, like if it's
How-
something odd, if it's like, oh, you're gonna die in a skydiving accident. Well, people don't go skydiving all the time, so
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah.
oh shit, this is my time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if they're like 12:30 on your,
Well, no,
72nd
but, like,
birthday.
Yeah.
But like probably how you're gonna die would be like car accident or old age. And you're like, okay, that's in the back of your head the whole time. Like, oh, I can't be in a fucking car then.
Yeah, well, what about when you're going to
So
die?
that's
guess
my
when
point.
would be better.
My point
When would
is
be better because
I-
you're like, all right, 72 years old. Okay, cool. I can fucking.
well, that's what I was thinking about is when, and then I'd constantly be sitting there every day and being like, well, I'm gonna die in like 20 years or something. Like it would be constantly in the back of my head, like you only have this much time left.
That would probably make me a gambler.
That would make me so anxious. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids, which I don't right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew when I was going to die, I'd be like, all right, well, I
Yeah,
got
I
10
c-
more years to live.
You need to set your
I'm
stuff up
balling
for the
out,
next.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
How about you, Tadek?
Probably when. I would want to know when.
What if they said tomorrow?
Because, well, actually, no. Maybe I would want to know how, because then, well, if they said tomorrow, I mean, you're fucked either way.
Yeah.
But maybe how, because then I would know, like, oh, well, I can do all this other you could do other crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
but there would be that random time where, like, if it was a car accident and you're like, all right, I'm going to avoid, like, all, like, being in a car or whatever. But then, like,
I don't think I would do that.
No,
I don't think I would could
I don't think I
avoid
would
being
do
in a
that
car.
either.
really? If you knew you were going to die from a car
Well,
accident?
even if you're walking down the street, you could get hit by a car.
Yeah,
right?
but what if, like, the genie or whoever was telling you was, like, you're going to be a passenger of... in a car.
1996 Subaru or something.
Yeah, well, that'd be very specific.
That's super specific.
And Ahmed will be
okay.
your Uber driver that day.
Oh my god, he's outside right now. So that
A
I
3-star Uber driver is going to kill you.
Oh,
Well,
You got like.
If it got super specific, that would be really. I don't know if I'd like that, but if it was general, where it just is like car accident, old age, I feel like that'd be better, because you just kind of have a general thought.
Yeah.
Just you don't know when. You just know that it's gonna happen that way. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Food for thought, huh?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're all gonna die. Get in line. You know, like that's my fucking statement. of
This
the
is
day.
getting dark.
All right.
Straight up, like, and I was thinking like that might like back to our last podcast about what to write in a bottle, message in a bottle. I
You're
was
right.
like,
We're all gonna die. Get in line.
yeah, I was
God.
thinking that.
Don't.
Like seriously, we all are.
That's creepy.
Or I'm gonna do up, or it'll be right now. Press up, down, left, right. Did it work?
Oh, and then you'll have people doing that for hours.
Yeah.
That's a good one, actually. I like that better.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then like sign it precisely.
Then nothing happens, and they're just full of disappointment. That's what we like to leave everybody with:
Yeah.
disappointment.
So I actually got into that Discord chat and talked to the developer of Orange Island, and I asked him about the bottles and the messages in the bottle, and I was like, how are you going to do this? Like there's 200 backers now for this. Like, so he only was asking 18,000. He got like $90,000
Holy shit!
for Orange Island, like close to it. I
That's
haven't looked at it
awesome.
recently. It's ended now. It's amazing. So it got up to a PS4 port. There's a 5th character. Just like all these extras that everyone's getting, like even like backing at like a $10 backing, which is great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, super happy for him. Really good people that are in the development team. There's like, I think only like 2 or 3 of them. But I've been talking to him, and I was like, how are you going to do the messages in a bottle with this many backers? And he's like, well, let's say you go into like one area and there you see like a message in a bottle in that area. You can open it and it says the one message. You leave that area and you go back to it and you see the same bottle. You
Different
can open it
message.
again and it's a different message.
It's
And I was
just like cycling through.
perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am totally fine with that, because if anything, I would love to like just like keep respawning that bottle until I get to my message, or just to read all the
Just to read
messages when I'm
everything.
bored. You
That's
know,
cool.
like I'm totally fine with that than having literally 10 bottles in like one area. Like I would hate that, where it's like overpopulated with bottles, where it doesn't.
Then
You don't
it
wanna
would
read
lose
'em all.
its-
Yeah.
it would lose its luster there.
Exactly. But really cool people that are in that Discord. And talking about that, we have a Discord, and you can join it by joining our Patreon. We just re-tiered our Patreon. So at $1 Patreon, you can become a homie of Precisely. And it gives you full access to our Discord channel, where you can talk to both Tony and I and Kelly and give us topics to discuss, beer that you want us to review, just general discussion, games that you've played. Give us your friend codes, play games with you, whatever. Like, we want people to join at $1, because really it's $1. It's $12 a year. It's not much, and it'd be great for us to like get to know you guys better that's listening to this podcast. And then we also have a $5 tier, which is our fam tier. So you can join Precisely Family tier, and that gives you 3 stickers per month at $5. You get Precisely stickers, some homemade hand-drawn stickers, to, you know, stickers that I've made in the past, some artistic stickers, to stickers that just say yes or have a nice. So yeah, simple as that. And then you also get the Discord channel as well, full access to that. So we only have the $1 and the $5 tier, and I'm rocking the Precisely shirt as well. And you can still order those off the eBay page. You just search up Precisely Podcast on eBay, and we have t-shirts and hoodies up there. T-shirts are $20, $5 shipping, and hoodies, I believe, are $35 with $8 shipping. Bunch of different colors, all sizes, for all shapes and sizes. You know.
And then
know
you
the
can
deal.
wear them out in public with your friends, and you can all match.
And you can talk about Precisely, your favorite podcast that you listen to every other week now. Right? So let's plug everyone. Kelly, what's your IG and everything?
You can follow me at Highway to Kel.
Tocal.
Tokel.
You want to spell it?
If you can't spell highway,
HIGHWAYTOKE. Is it double L?
it is double L.
Double L.
Because it is a pun on the highway to hell, so you would put the 2 L. All right, I shouldn't have to explain my handle.
Tocal.
All right, but that's me, and you can follow me there, and you can see my right now occasional updates about my game room, and then once it gets all set up, I'll probably be more of a regular poster.
Yeah.
Once everything gets settled in my life, again.
Tony, how about you?
You can follow me on IG at precisely_Tony.
And follow me at Bose_Game Room, BEAUS_GAMEROOM. And follow us on IG, the podcast page at Precisely Podcast. We need to update it. We need to keep posting pictures. I was actually going to talk to you guys about all three of us posting one picture a week. And I think that would help us all out and the page out.
Homework.
Yeah. So if we're down for that, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Because I've been slacking hard. But I think it would help grow the page and the podcast greatly.
This doesn't need to be in there.
No, it doesn't.
It
But
doesn't.
yeah.
Okay.
Either way, we are Precisely. Thank you, Kelly, for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tony, for always being here.
Always.
We out.
We out.